In this Ellerton Associates Technology Training Tip of the Month, I'll be showing you how to use search folders in Outlook. Okay, I have Outlook up on the screen. I'm using an account called John Smith, and this is Outlook 2010, though everything I'm doing will work in any current version of Outlook. So this inbox does not have very much in it, but in real life, a lot of inboxes will have hundreds, if not thousands of messages, and that's just the inbox. You might have thousands of messages in your sent items. You might have lots of messages stored in various mail folders that you've created for storing messages, and the idea is, how do I find this stuff easily? And there are search and filter tools built in. For example, if I just want to find all the messages in my inbox that have attachments because I'm looking for something specific, I can come up to the filter email drop down, and there's several filters there, and I can choose has attachments. And there we go. It performs a search. I see the two that have attachments, and then I can close the search using the close search button. Now that just searched my inbox, by the way, by default. So what if I wanted to see all attachments in all mail folders, like ones that I've sent and ones that I have received? Well, I can start by filtering again for attachments, and then I can refine the search from the search toolbar by, instead of current folders, choosing all mail folders. And then several more messages pop in. And then I can go ahead and close the search when I found what I want or determined it doesn't exist. But the idea is that with any of these searches, I have to do it fresh every time. Every time I want to perform the search, I have to go and use the search tools. And if this is a search I'm doing fairly often, it would be nice to just be able to save it and execute it in a single click. So that's the idea of search folders. So when you look in the navigation pane on the left here in Outlook, there's a search folders heading. Now you see I've got a little arrow next to it here. You might not have that if you don't have any search folders. Often there are a couple of default ones built in, but it just depends on your setup. But if I click this twisty arrow, you can see I have one search folder that might have been included with Outlook by default. I might have created it, but it's called Categorized Mail. Now if you look at my inbox and you know what categories are, these little blocks here would have colors if I had applied a category to those messages. You can see that there aren't any. But when I click Categorized Mail, the search is performed on my entire mailbox. So note there are a couple of messages that do have categories applied. Those messages might be in my saved items, they might be sent items, but they're anywhere in the whole mailbox, and now I've easily found them. And then when I'm ready to clear the search, really all I do is click a different folder. So it's called a search folder. It's not really a folder. It behaves like one in the sense that when you click on it, it shows you contents, and the contents are the result of the search. But what you have to realize is that these messages are not really stored here. They're stored in some actual mail folder, and the search is just run when I click the search folder, and the results displayed automatically without me having to actually enter the criteria. The criteria is saved in the search folder. So think of them as saved searches that you can run with a single click. So how do I create these? Because Categorized Mail is certainly not the only search I might want to do. Let me click back on the inbox to clear that search. Well, I can go ahead and create a search folder by pointing at the search folder's heading and right-clicking it and choosing New Search Folder. And what you'll see here is the New Search Folder dialog has a bunch of different pre-made search folder templates for really common searches that people would do, like just all unread mail, all mail with flags, all mail unread or flagged, mail marked important, to and from specific people. That's a real common one, and I'll use that one in a moment. Here's the categorized mail. But you can get more specific by creating a custom search folder. So if none of these do what you want, or you suspect that the criteria will not be the same as what you want, you can always go straight to custom and do that. Now I'm going to do that in a minute, but let me show you one of these pre-made ones. So I'm going to say messages to and from specific people. Actually, you know what? Let's go just from specific people. And down here, I have a choose button. I basically have to choose who from. What you see down here in this customized search folder will be different depending on what you selected. But I'm choosing to create a search folder for messages from specific people, so I have to choose the person. I'm going to click choose. I'm going to put in Kit, and I'm just going to search for Kit by typing Kit up here. It jumps to her name. I'm going to click from. I can put more than one person, by the way, but I'm just going to leave it at Kit, and there we are. And it'll be applied to John Smith's mailbox. I'm going to click OK. Now it immediately creates the folder, names it Kit Ellert based on that name. And this is in all mail folders, by the way. So this may not necessarily be just messages stored in the inbox. If I do have messages that I've stored from Kit in other folders, like saved email, they would be displayed here as well. And then clicking on a different folder, such as the inbox, clears the search. Now, by the way, if you don't like the name applied by default, you can right-click a search folder and choose rename. So I'm going to rename this from Kit. and hit enter. All right. Now, let me create a fully custom one. So let's say that I often have to go to my sent items and I want to have a specific search for items I sent to Danielle but with attachments. So I'm going to go down to search folders. Now, just so you know, I can right click and choose new search folder. Just an alternate way, if you go up to the folder tab up here, notice new search folder is an option. So I'm going to click new search folder and I'm going to go straight down to the bottom and choose create a custom search folder. And then what happens is I get the choose button and I can immediately give it a name, and I'm going to call it To Danielle with Attachments, which is a long name, but it describes it. And then I definitely have to put criteria in. If I don't put criteria, there won't be any search. So I'm going to click criteria. Now, if you've ever done an advanced search using the search tools, this should be familiar. This is all the same criteria you get with an advanced search, and there's a lot of it. So on the Messages tab, searching for certain words in the subject or the body or both, from or sent to specific people, where you're the only person in the to list or where you're in the CC list, certain time frames in which you've received it. More Choices has categories, items with attachments, and advanced. Basically, you can choose any field in Outlook and set criteria. So you can get very, very complex. I'm going to go to Messages, and I'm going to say Sent To. Notice it brings up the names list. I'll find Danielle in here. There you go. I'm going to say Sent To. I click OK. So there's one criteria. The second one is on More Choices, and I'm going to say with one or more attachments. And I mean, I could go further than that. Like I mentioned, I could go back and say that I sent within the past week. But I'm going to leave it just at To Danielle with attachments, and any date will be good. So my criteria in it, I'm going to click OK. Again, it is John Smith's mailbox, and most likely you would leave that setting exactly as it is. I'm going to click OK. And there it is, To Danielle with attachments. I click OK. And here we are. So again, a long name. I could change that if I don't like it. But the point is that, notice now, here is the sent items. Notice that from is who this is from. You know, it kind of looks like John Smith, but John Smith is this account. So notice this was sent to Danielle, and there's some attachments. And this was sent to Danielle. There's some attachments. So each one of these was a message John sent to Danielle, including attachments. And that's certainly, clicking here is a lot nicer than coming to sent items and having to add all the criteria for a search every time. So again now, as I add, send, receive, categorize mail, these search folders update. Just one more demonstration here. Let me take this charts class email from Kit. I'm going to right click the category and give it the green category. Okay, now when I click categorize mail, that one's included. See, the other two are there already. They're stored in other folders, but now I have this one as well in the inbox. Click from Kit. These are all the ones from Kit, including the categorized one. And again, things I've sent to Danielle with attachments. Every time I send one, it'll be added to this list. So saved searches. Now, if you ever decide you don't want a particular search, you can delete it. Let's say I decide that last one, I don't need that anymore. So I'm going to right click that folder and choose delete folder. Now here's what you want to realize, and it even says this, you're deleting the search folder. The items it returns are not deleted because again, it's not really a folder. These messages are in my sent items, and they will be after I do this. I'm only deleting that particular saved search. So I'll click yes. The search folder goes away, but again, if I manually hunted down those items, they'd still be here because they still exist. And I'm going to go back to the inbox. So that's the idea of search folders, a saved search that you can run anytime with a single click, and easy to use and easy to get rid of when you no longer need them. For more information on our classes, please visit us at www.ellertraining.com.